Chapter 4. The Long Haul. The Aurora glided through the interstellar void at a breathtaking 0.99 C, its sleek mirrored hull shimmering with a faint glow as it brushed against the sparse cloud of cosmic dust. 5 subjective years had elapsed aboard the ship since its departure, a mere blink compared to the 35 years that had slipped by on Earth due to the relentless effects of time dilation. The command module had transformed into both a sanctuary and a prison for Commander Elena Voss and Lieutenant Marcus Kane, its walls echoing with the steady hum of the fusion drive, a rhythmic heartbeat that powered their journey toward KX-47, still 350 light-years ahead in their contracted relativistic frame. The vastness of space stretched endlessly beyond the observation window, where stars streaked past in a mesmerizing blur of blue-shifted light, a cosmic dance that both awed and unnerved them. Routine had carved a niche in their lives aboard the Aurora. Each day began with system checks, Elena monitoring the star charts and navigation systems, her fingers tracing holographic paths with practiced ease, while Marcus tended to the life support filters and engines, his hands moving with the confidence of a seasoned mechanic. They squeezed in exercise on the treadmill to combat the muscle atrophy of near-zero gravity, their footsteps a muted thud against the deck. Meals were a ritual of sorts, consisting of rehydrated rations that Marcus dubbed cosmic mush, with a wry chuckle, the two sharing laughs over the bland taste as they sat in the cramped galley. The mysterious signal from KX-47, a faint but persistent pulse, hummed in the background, a tantalizing clue to their destination that kept their spirits tethered to the mission. Elena often found herself at the observation window during quiet moments, her hazel eyes lost in the blue-shifted starfield. The psychological toll of time dilation weighed heavily on her mind. Knowing that every year they lived aboard, equated to over 7 years on Earth, created a surreal disconnect, as if they were drifting through a bubble where time itself slowed to a crawl. Her family, her village under the Aurora Borealis, felt like a fading dream, their lives advancing without her. She shook off the melancholy, turning her focus to the present. Marcus joined her one afternoon, wiping grease from his hands after a long session with the filters. "Want to learn how to fix this beast?" he asked, a mischievous grin breaking through his usual stoic demeanor. His Detroit roots came to life as he recounted late nights in a rundown garage, fixing cars to escape the pull of street gangs. "Kept me out of trouble," he said, his voice softening with the memory of his mother's gentle encouragement to keep going. Over the following weeks, Marcus took on the role of teacher, leading Elena into the engineering bay where the Aurora's intricate systems lay exposed. He guided her through the maze of wiring, pumps, and fusion regulators, his hands steady as he explained each component with the patience of someone who'd learned through necessity. Elena, with her astrophysics expertise, struggled initially, her fingers fumbling with a stubborn valve that refused to budge. "This isn't equations on a screen," she muttered, frustration creeping in. But Marcus's calm guidance, honed by years of gritty survival, helped her prevail. With a final twist, the valve clicked into place, and she beamed. "You've got the mind for it," he praised, a rare warmth in his tone. This shared learning deepened their bond, a quiet trust blossoming amid the hum of machinery and the shared challenge of mastering the ship's heart. One evening, as they lingered over a meal of rehydrated stew, Elena decided to open up. The galley's dim light cast soft shadows as she spoke. "I was 12 when the flood hit my village in Sweden," she began, her voice low and measured. "The river swelled overnight, swallowing our home. I carried my little brother to higher ground while my parents fought the current. We lost everything, our house, our savings, my grandmother's stories." Her eyes glistened with unshed tears, but she held Marcus's gaze. "That's why I can't freeze up. Not again, not after that simulation." The confession, tied to her past failure to save a teammate at the cost of a promotion, laid bare her deepest fear. Marcus listened intently, his own guilt surfacing as he nodded. "I get it," he murmured. "Lost my dad to a factory accident when I was a kid. Pushed me to be perfect ever since, especially after I botched an engine repair and hurt a colleague." Their shared scars wove a thread of understanding, a silent pact to support each other through the long haul ahead. The fragile peace shattered on the sixth subjective year when Lumen's alert blared through the module. Solar flare detected. Origin Proxima Centauri remnant. Radiation spike imminent. ETA. 15 minutes. The urgency in the AI's voice snapped them to action. Elena rushed to the command console, pulling up the data. A massive eruption from a nearby star's dying embers, hurling a wave of charged particles toward them at thousands of kilometers per second, its temperature soaring into the millions of degrees. Her heart pounded as she calculated the exposure risk. The Aurora's radiation shields, a sophisticated blend of layered metamaterials and magnetic fields, activated with a low whine. Imagine a giant magnet enveloping the ship, deflecting the deadly gamma rays like an invisible shield, its design absorbing and redirecting the energy into harmless heat vented into space. Marcus sprang into action, diving into the engineering bay to recalibrate the magnetic coils. "Hold, damn it!" he growled, his perfectionism driving him to fine-tune the settings with precision born of guilt. Elena monitored the shield integrity from the console, her analytical mind racing through the numbers. Safe, but only if the system held. The cabin rattled as the flare struck, a cascade of blinding light and searing heat battering the hull. Alarms wailed briefly before Lumen silenced them, reporting, "Shield efficiency at 92%, structural integrity intact." The shields glowed faintly, their metamaterials dissipating the energy, but the strain tested every limit. For 10 tense minutes, they held their breath, the ship trembling under the assault. As the flare subsided, leaving a trail of ionized particles in its wake, they exhaled in unison, the Aurora battered but unbroken. In the quiet that followed, they slumped into their seats, the psychological weight of their isolation heavier than ever. Time dilation meant Earth was now nearly 50 years ahead, a chasm widening with each passing day, their past lives slipping further into history. Yet their shared resilience, Marcus's mechanical ingenuity, Elena's unyielding resolve, forged a deeper connection, a lifeline in the vast, unrelenting void. As the Aurora pressed on, its engines a steady pulse, they steeled themselves for the journey ahead, their bond a beacon of hope amid the stars, drawing them ever closer to Elysium and the mysteries it held.